So previously what we discussed about few things like the writer have a fear of water. Okay? And the first incident was when he was 3 or 4 years old, right? Okay. And the story started when he was 10 or 11 years old, and there was a pool at YMCA pool. The full form YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. Okay. Christian Association. Young Men's Christian Association in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. Okay. So, next, but the YMCA pool was safe. Okay, and the river was treacherous. Treacherous means dangerous. We have discussed earlier. Okay, and the first incident was when he was 3 to 4 years old. Okay. When he was 3 to 4 years old, here it is in California when he was with his dad. Okay. I was 3 or 4 years old and father took me to the beach in California. Okay. Basically where? In California. Right. So his father and he stood together in the surf. So he hung onto him and the wave knocked him down. Okay. The wave knocked him down and swept him. Okay. And swept him and it buried the writer. Okay. Buried the writer in the water. Okay. He was buried in the water. So this was his first incident. Okay. First incident when he was 3 to 4 years old. Okay. 3 to 4 years old. Right. So when he was at the YMCA swimming pool, okay, so there was another incident, an unpleasant memory of him that stirred his childish fear. Two incidents were there. So the first incident was when he was 3 to 4 years old and he was with his father. Okay. With his father. Okay. And he was with his father. And second incident was when he was 10 to 11 years old. This is the second incident. This is in detail. Okay, right? So let's discuss this. Okay, so let's continue. So basically, he has skinny legs, right? He has skinny legs, and when he was at the pool, I went to the pool when no one else was there. When no one else was there. He went to the pool when no one else was there. The place was very quiet. Okay. The water was still. Okay. The water was still and the tiled bottom was as white and clean as a bathtub. Okay. It was as clean like a bathtub. There was no one at the pool. Okay. So basically what happened there when he was boy, he was 10 to 11 years old. Okay. And he was a boy when he was 10 to 11 years old. Between that, I guess. Okay. So what happened? A boy came, a big boy, probably 18 years old. Okay. 18 years old, he had thick hair. Okay. He had thick hair on his chest. He was a beautiful physical specimen. Okay. With legs and arms that showed rippling muscles. Basically, He is bit of good physics. Okay. He yelled, "Hi, Skinny. How do you like to be ducked?" Okay. Ducked. Okay. So, when he said that, with that, he picked him up. Okay. He picked him up. So, he picked me up and tossed me into the deep end. Okay. So basically he tossed him into the water, into the pool. He tossed him into the pool. Right? He tossed him into the pool. So how he landed? He landed in a sitting position. Okay. So I landed in a sitting position. Here it is. Swallowed water and went at once to the bottom. And at once he went to the water. So he was very frightened at that time. Okay. But not yet frightened out of my wits. Okay. Right. He was very frightened, but he wants to come out from the water. So he was controlling his wit. Okay. On the way down, when he was tossed into the deep water, so on the way down, what he planned? He planned to hit the bottom. Okay. He planned to hit the bottom, and he would make a big jump. What he would do? He would make a big jump. When my feet hit the bottom, I would make a big jump. Come to the surface, lie flat on it, and paddle to the edge of the pool. Right? Seems very easy, but it didn't go according to the plan. Right? It didn't go according to the plan. So, next, what happened? Okay. Next, what happened is, it came a long way down. Those 9 feet were more like 90. So, the 9 feet. Okay. So, the 9 feet seems to be 90. Okay. When he was drowning into the water. So, when he touched the bottom, right? So his lungs were ready to burst. But when his feet hit the bottom, he summoned all his strength. Okay. Basically he collected all his strength with a full strength. Okay, with a full strength, made what he thought was a great spring. Okay, like a spring, he moved upward. He jumped upward when he touched the bottom of the pool. Okay, when he touched the bottom of the pool. So basically what he imagined? He imagined it was like a bob to the surface, like a cork. Okay. So basically a bob. Okay. Or you can say a cork. Badminton cork. Please ignore my drawing. So okay. When a cork hits the surface, it again bounced back. Okay. So like that, he was comparing it with that. So, but it doesn't go according to the plan. Instead, he came up very slowly. Okay. He came up very slowly. When he opened the eyes, okay, he thought that he came out of the water, but what happened? When he opened his eyes, he saw nothing. Okay, he saw nothing but water. He saw nothing but water that had a dirty yellow tinge. Okay, dirty yellow tinge to it. I grew panicky. I reached up as if to grab. Okay, he reached up. But he went very slowly. Okay, he reached up, but he went very slowly. But what happened? What happened? He was suffocating. Okay, he was suffocating. He tried to yell, but no sound came out. Okay. He was trying to yell. Yell means to shout. Okay. To shout loudly. Shout loudly. But nothing happened. But no sound came out because he was still into the water. Okay. Then what happened? He came in the surface. Okay. But what happened? His eyes only. Okay. Then his eyes and nose came out of the water. Only his eyes and nose. Not the full mouth. Okay. But not the full mouth. Here, it is written here. But not the full mouth. Okay. I flailed at the surface of the water. Flailed means somewhat you are swimming, means you test the surface of the water. Okay. Then he swallowed and choked. He swallowed some of the water and he was choking at that time. So what he did, he tried to bring his legs up. Okay. He tried to bring his legs up, but they hang as dead. Okay. He was trying. Okay. And he was feeling paralyzed. Paralyzed and rigid. He was feeling very paralyzed and rigid. He was unable to throw his leg outside the water, or you can say at the surface of the water. But what happened then? Then he again started a long journey. I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. Then he again went to the bottom of the pool. Right? It was so frightening. I struck at the water as I went down, expending my strength as one in a nightmare fight. He was once again expending his strength. Okay, expending his strength as one in a nightmare fight. An irresistible force. Okay, an irresistible force. Okay. An irresistible force came from the water again. Okay. It was pulling him down again. Okay. It was pulling him down again. I had lost all my breath. My lungs ached. Okay. My head throbbed. I was getting dizzy. Okay. He was getting dizzy. But I remembered the strategy. He again applied the strategy that he would spring from the bottom of the pool and come like a cork to the surface. Okay. Okay. He had planned it again. That what was his plan? That he would spring from the water. Okay. He would spring from the bottom and come like a hawk. Right? It was a strategy. If you remember. Okay. So next, what happens? So when he was getting dizzy and he planned again. Okay. That he will come like a cork. Okay. Then what happened? So, what he planned that I would spring from the bottom of the pool and come like a cork to the surface. I would lie flat on the water. And then what he decided, he would lie flat on the water, strike out. Okay, strike out with my arms and thrashed with my legs. Then I would get to the edge of the pool. Okay, now he has changed a little bit flat. What he will do, he would lie flat on the water. Okay, he would lie flat on the water when he will reach the surface. Okay, he adds this plan. The basic plan was he would spring from the bottom of the pool and came like a cork to the surface. Then what he decided, he then changed a little bit. He added a plan. What he added? He would lie flat on the water and will reach the edge of the pool and be safe. That's it, very easy, right? But again, it didn't happen. So he went down endlessly. Then he opened his eyes, nothing but water with a yellow glow again. Dark water that one could not see through. Okay. Then what happened? And then sheer stark terror seized me. Okay. He was in very much terror. Okay. Terror that knows no understanding. Terror that knows no control. Okay. There was no understanding and no control of his body. Terror that no one can understand. Okay. He's saying that terror can no one understand. Who has not experienced it? Okay. He was shrinking under the water. I was paralyzed underwater. Okay, he was paralyzed. Even paralyzed, not in the real paralyzed, means his body was not moving. He was restless. Okay. Even the screams in my throat. Okay. Then what happened? Even the screams in his throat were frozen. Only my heart and the pounding in my head said that he was still alive. Okay. So basically he was drowning, and then in the midst of the terror came a touch of a reason. Okay. Came a touch of a reason. I must remember to jump when I hit the bottom. Okay. So the last attempt, at last I felt the tiles under me. My toes reached out as if to grab them. Okay. I jumped with everything I had. Means every last of the energy he had. Okay, but the jump made no difference. It made no difference. The water was still around me. Okay, the water was still around him. So basically, he was then looking for the ropes and ladders. Okay, he was looking for the ropes and ladders, water wings, but he saw nothing but water. Okay, a mass of yellow water held me. Okay. Stark terror took an even deeper hold on me like a great charge of electricity. Okay. I shook and trembled. Tremble means your body is shaking. Okay. With fright, trembled with fright. Okay. My arms wouldn't move. His arms was not moving then. Okay. His legs wouldn't move. His legs was also not moving. So he tried to call for help, to call for mother. Okay, then nothing happened. Okay, so it is quite frightful. Okay, what was happening with him. Then next, what happens? He was then feeling very low, very relaxed. Okay, basically, he feels very relaxed. Okay. Let's see. And then strangely there was light. Okay. Basically, when you are about to die, you see a white light. Okay. So this was that moment. But okay, let's read it. I was coming out of the awful yellow water. Okay. At least my eyes were. Only his eyes. Not that he was coming out of the water, but his eyes. Basically, he was in a very relaxed position now because he was drowning. Okay, my nose was almost out too. Okay, then I started down a third time. I sucked for air and got water. The yellowish light was going out. Okay, the yellowish light was going out. Then all effort ceased. Okay, then he was not trying. He was relaxing. It was a relaxed moment. Okay. Even my legs felt limp. Okay. Limp and backless, swept. Okay. Over my brain. It wiped out fear. It wiped out terror. Means all the fear was wiped out. All the terror was wiped out, removed. Okay. There was no more panic. Okay. Basically, you can understand what position he is now. Okay, it was quiet and peaceful. It was very quiet and peaceful, nothing to be afraid of. Okay, this is nice to be drowsy to go to sleep. No need to jump, too tired to jump, it's nice to be carried gently. Okay, basically he was drowning into the water. Okay, he is seeing death near him. To float along in space, tender arms around me, tender arms like mothers. Okay, now I must go to sleep. He was comparing that moment with the tender of his mother's arm. Okay, his mother's arms. Now I must go to sleep. Okay. So then I crossed to oblivion and the curtain of the life fell. The next I remember, what happens next? He didn't die. Someone saved him, but it is not mentioned in the story, in the autobiography. Okay. So the next what happened? I remember. So what he remembered? He was lying on the stomach. Okay. He was lying on the stomach beside the pool and he was vomiting. Okay. He was vomiting. So the chap means the boy that threw me and was saying that he was only fooling him, the kid. Okay, he was only fooling him, he was just joking, but I was only fooling. Okay. Someone said the kid nearly died. Be alright now, let's carry him to the locker room. Okay. Several hours later, I walked home. I was weak. He was very weak at that time, and trembling, I shook and cried when I lay on my bed. Okay, he was crying and he laid on the bed. I couldn't eat that night because he was very in a frightful situation. He was very frightened. Okay, for days that incident haunted him. Okay, for days that incident haunted him, and it was in his heart. Okay, the slightest exertion upset me, making me wobbly in the knees and sick to my stomach. Then what happened? Then this is a very important line. He never went back to the pool. Okay, he never went back to the pool. He feared water. Okay, he feared water. He avoided it whenever he could. Okay, he avoided it whenever he could. Basically, from that two incidents. Okay, from that two incidents when he was 3 to 4 years old, right, with his father, in California, the first incident. At a beach, okay, and this is the first incident, and the second incident at YMCA pool. YMCA pool. Okay, YMCA pool. So these two incidents made him fear of the water. Okay, so because of these two reasons, he never went back to the pool and he feared water very much. Okay, he avoided as he could. Okay, so this is the fear. We will do this second part later when after a few years he was trying to overcome his fear again. After a few years, we will do this second part in the next session. Okay, thank you.